Hey there, it's week 3 of the 10 Forward project, and I am working on the writing aspect of this project at the moment. So, that is one that I talked about last week and had some struggles with last week. This week was a little better, sort of. In fact, I started writing here, and now I got almost too distracted by it. The goal of this project was really to kind of do something that didn't take too much time each week, since I'm working, anybody else who would participate is working. Um, but it's hard to know when something creative or artistic is gonna strike a person, and so yeah, I attribute this to a couple of things tonight. Tonight's Friday night. I attribute it to a little bit of the Bob Ross beer, just being creative. Let's see, we've got Bob Ross Masterpiece IPA. I'm not doing any product promotion here, but Bob Ross is just kind of awesome. And so I said, "Oh, I'd have a beer." I haven't actually had that much beer, so I still have a lot of it left. So it's not like I'm sitting here just drinking, but I've had a little bit and a little bit, and a little bit more. But there's still a lot left anyway. And also, I was listening to music tonight, doing a little bit of reading, and a song came on by the band Jesus and Mary Chain, which is an old 80s, 90s band. Um, and the song, I think, I didn't actually look it up, but I wrote it here at the start of my tag. I think it's called Sacrifice Myself. I'm going to look it up later, but I put it at the start of this little thing that I wrote. And so, yeah, so anyway, started writing. And I will read it to you. But it's my first pass. I haven't done any editing. Um, so yeah, we'll see what happens and go from there. I don't even know, it's just the thing. So yeah, so here we go. Uh, it was that way when I met her, the way a person is consumed by another. It wasn't that I wasn't my own person. I had been for over 5 years. I could choose to turn left or right at the next corner, but the problem, if you could call it that, was that I just couldn't decide to turn away from her. It was a power over me. The way that she talked was one of magic or a spell. She painted a picture to me of a dark world and one that she couldn't escape. It was a place I knew from my own past, so familiar, so easy to recognize in her hesitant words. We'd known each other for only a few months when she told me the first pieces, and I reciprocated with bits about my past. One night after two, or maybe it was three bottles of wine, she asked me directly, "How did you get out?" Uh, he died, I said simply. It was a flat statement, and I had repeated a number of times, although not a very large number. "Oh," she said. There was something behind her eyes that I couldn't quite read. It wasn't a smile, but it was as if she knew my answer already and had that prepared neutral reaction. Her comment was ready. It simply fell. The well, the way I wrote it here. Sorry, the way that I wrote it here was it simply fell away for a millisecond before she delivered the prepared response. So that was part of the way she held me in her power. I knew there was something, but it was unreachable. And with her refusal to follow up with anything after that short monosyllable, "Oh," she left me to fill the void. I obligingly did. It was an aneurysm or some type of brain blockage that went haywire. I wanted to kill him, but I never had the chance. The last part just slipped out, or in, depending on how a person looks at it. But you didn't. There seemed to be a trace of disappointment in her voice as she said, "Kill him." She looked at her wine glass as she said those last two words. Part of me likes to think that I did. Imagining him begging for mercy, my foot smashing his face as I say, "No fucking way." I said the last part with gestures, and she smiled. "I wish I was that strong," she said. My heart went out to her. We can't control how our hearts move in certain times, and we can't take back words after they're spoken. And truly, there's so much I want to take back. Not just words anymore. Actions, thoughts, people, time, on and on. This all happens so fast, but lives on so slowly. I didn't know about anything then. I didn't know about the money, the other ones, the research she'd done, the setup, or anything really. I just didn't know about life. But I learned over the course of those summer months more than any person ever wants to learn.